Hello everyone, I'm Fathima Ruzaika, Amir Hamza of Glamathan International Preschool. Today I'm going to talk about incorporating cultural diversity. How we can implement this in early years in STEAM education. Cultural diversity is a very important topic that we always speak when it comes to school, diverse learning, different cultures and everything. When it comes to cultural diversity in education, in STEAM, first thing we have to consider global perspective and innovation. Global perspective and innovation. How do you do that? Now, so for example, how can STEAM involve to solve this problem and innovate new things? How it comes, how this culturally we can, how it impact the innovations, how it impact the global situation, and how it gives. Now for example, when you say STEAM education, if you're talking about culture, we are learning the tradition. They are indirectly, they are involving for the global solution. We are talking about the addressing the global challenges. It is different culture, different, they help them in a different way. In STEAM education, we have to inculcate everything. Like when you're coming for the global challenges, you can talk about the climate, you can talk about the health, you can talk about the weather. Those are the general global challenges we are facing. So if we can implement that into STEAM education, along with that covering all the 5 components, definitely it's going to help because it's a cultural diversity. That is the topic we're talking, incorporating cultural diversity. So it is very important. And the third part is enhancing the critical thinking and problem solving. So we don't think much with cultural diversity. Can they help them to solve a problem and to become a critical thinker? So definitely, if you are implying this, if you are adding this in your curriculum or in your lesson plan, definitely we can enhance the critical thinking and problem solving. That will indirectly, it will help the child because our main perspective, our main target is always we are talking about the intellectual thinker, not the same thinking that like a normal person. We have to think beyond that. So this the cultural diversity will definitely help. And also promoting equity and inclusion. So I have spoken many times about inclusion. When you're talking about inclusive learning, you can see the equity because you don't see any difference in the children. Children come from different background, children come from different environment, different culture, but we don't see anything difference in that. They are from different areas, different environment, different culture. But when you group them into one, we don't see any difference. We see only the equity, we see only the inclusion, because we don't see that, because our target is to finish that project or maybe the work, whatever set, it should be done in equity. So we don't see any differences. That is the major thing, that is very important, because we don't need to label the child, or we won't be able to criticize the child, because final target is success. So when you're working towards success, you don't bother about that. You feel that equity is very important and the inclusive learning is very important. And also preparing students for global workforce. That is very important because there is a huge demand for workforce. You all know that there is a huge demand for workforce and we need active workforce. That is where, anyway, when it comes to workforce, it says they actively participate in any kind of work. Actively they participate. So whatever it is, we need, there is a huge demand for that. So if we apply that in early education, definitely it's going to help them. And also collaboration. You work with everyone and you navigate, you go somewhere, you learn new things, you try to collaborate and you develop your interpersonal relationship and you develop the relationship skill and you become responsible person. Everything comes under with this. And also cultural relevance in curriculum, that is very important. I'm sorry, when you are facing a real world problem, this cultural relevance in curriculum is very, very important, because we have to add this. cultural relevance. When it comes to like different background, like I said before, different environment, different culture, maybe different countries, because we see some schools there are different countries, so we can allocate them, then they learn their cultures, because already we have implied this inclusive learning in children, so that is easy for them to inculcate everything and work together with the collaboration. And also we learn to respect the diversity and the inclusivity, because that is very important. That's the touch with the social emotional part. When it comes, we learn to respect others' feelings, we accept their views, their thoughts, whatever they say. We correct that later, but we first respect their views and ideas. And also we try to respect the inclusive learning. We are ready to work with different culture. We are ready to work with everyone, because they don't bother about, because like I said, we don't criticize the backgrounds or the environment. Inclusive learning is very important for the collaboration and communication in everything. In this you become, because you embrace this holistic development. You carry this, because always in the end we expect this holistic development, because foster, you cultivate the progress, develop the development. Those are the words that we often speak, because this is what we expect in children, or maybe youth, or primary or secondary schools, because children will get, this is an opportunity for them to explore the world and expose to the world, because they learn something, because we are giving different diversity, different culture, and when it comes to like that, they learn a lot of things. That is very important, I have to say. And I'll tell you how to collaborate with the parents and the communities later. So that when you are talking about not only creating a problem solving, then it's also they share their vibrant idea. We see nowadays different people, they have different types of ideas. It's really worth working with the global challenges. Like I said before, we are aware about the global challenges, like weather, like health, and different culture. That will be very useful for children to apply this in STEAM education, and to learn the STEAM education with the hand-on experience. And they learn that 4 C's, like I said before. I'm not going to talk about that today. Sorry. And when it comes to collaborating with parents and communities, you can organize parents workshop. For example, like awareness program for parents and workshop for parents, and talking about parents about this inclusive learning, the diversity, different culture, and the collaboration, everything. Because then if they are aware about this, now some schools, they go through the app. They have designed an app for their particular schools, and they design everything, and they have workshops through online and virtual, physical, both they organize, because they get together, they meet the parents, they share their new ideas. Parents are in different field, they also have experience in different field, so they may be the experts in their field, so they share their knowledge. So that will be definitely help parents and the communities. So, and also you can establish regular communication channels. You can establish, because you need a regular feedback. Like we need, whatever the projects that we are doing, whatever the program that we are doing, we need a regular feedback. We need a good outcome. So we are expecting an outcome, we need appreciation and the feedback. So if you have any communication with the parents, you will get that regular feedback from the parents. So it can be a positive feedback, or it can be negative feedback, but we can celebrate both the mistake and the victory, and we can correct, and we can go forward with the other projects. And also involve parents in school event. That is very important, because the parents also will get to know, they also will have an idea what's happening in the school and what should I do at home, what is the role, what is the part that I need to do. They'll be more responsible in their duties, because that is what they say, the awareness program, workshops, parents meeting, everything is very important, because they try to collaborate, communicate with the teachers or maybe the school management. They learn a lot of things from that, and they will have a clear idea, clear vision, the role of the parents and the duty of the parents towards children, because teacher is working, the main target, the main objective of the teacher is the student. So we target the students and we plan everything. So we need the support from the parents. So we organize awareness program, we organize workshops and regular feedback. Definitely it will help the parents to identify their issues and the child issue. Maybe not only the duty, the lacking part, if their child is a special need child, we can identify that and we can work towards it. So those are very important. And also organize guest visits, workshops, field trips, collaboration with the community organization, actually taking them like field trip, and we are providing scholarships for children. Definitely it will help the child to go one step ahead. Definitely it will help the child, and also parents will have an idea, because we are we're calling for a development professionals to address the parents and talk the importance of new modern world challenges, real world challenges, and not only the challenges, we can say what we can do, what are the ideas that we can share, how it will impact the child's progress, how it impacts child's future, and what are the necessary things that we have to work on. So it is everything, because we need that communication when it comes not only for the cultural diversity that we are talking about. In each and everything we need, the parents should aware, community should aware, because like we are learning interpersonal and intrapersonal, like that we know who we are and we got to know about the others as well. So these are very important things when it comes to cooperation, when it comes to collaboration. Not only inclusively, now we are saying inclusive learning, that is among children, and also in among parents also. We need different types of parents, different background parents, because we already have that, because already the children are from the same environment. Then we can clearly have an idea the parents are also from the same environment, the same background, because they are not going to differ. They are going to be the same thing like the children, because they are the one who bought the children. So this is very important. So when you're organizing workshops, you target the parents and the communities, you seek the help from the community. Definitely we need this community partnership is very, very important, because that is an opportunity for everyone, and they become so responsible. That is very important, because when it comes to cultural diversity, you are adding this to STEAM education. It is very important, because you interconnect everything. You interconnect everything, different culture. You're going to interconnect different culture, and you learn different tradition. You apply that traditions to some old traditional things to the new modern world. So yes, it's like a kind of a prototype. We take everything, and also technological advancement. We learn from the past, we learn from our cultures, how our ancestors and the descendants have made this. So everything will definitely help, and also we'll be able to recognize the skills of different culture, different background, because that inclusive learning will definitely help. And also, like storytelling, we can identify auditory learners and also visual, kinesthetic, different types of learners are there. So we'll be able to identify everything. So it is collaborative with the parents and communities, very, very important. And also cultural diversity in education and in STEAM. That is the final thing. The objective is how to include this in the STEAM education, because we are ready to face the challenges. We always focus on the inclusive learning and the equity. Equity is also one thing that we always consider, we always seek, that is the importance of giving equity, because rather than we dividing them into different cultures, not only different cultures I'm talking about, we can talk about different backgrounds, different environment as well, but we learn a lot of things. We have to identify that, we have to realize, first we have to realize we learn a lot of things by organizing inclusive learning, adding inclusive learning to our curriculum. So it will be very useful. Cultural diversity, inclusive learning will become equity. It becomes equity. So it is, everything is interconnected, and they become socially, emotionally, and they respect, and they are ready to face the challenges. I hope it's clear. See you with the next episode.